Okay, so I spent all weekend having an existential breakdown. It's finals week, and I had papers to do and tests to study for, and I just couldn't do it. I kept putting it off, reading other stuff, looking at other stuff, doing other things, and I just couldn't focus. There was a mental block going on, and I wasn't sure what it was. So finally, after this went on for 2 days straight, I was lying down trying to sleep, having accomplished nothing, and I just cried out to God. I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do anything? What's going on here? And then it came to me. You can't be a teacher. And I'm like, whoa, what? What do you mean I can't be a teacher? I've been working at this for years. No, you can't be a teacher. That's what I was getting. And then as I was thinking about it more and reflecting, it came to me. And I really can't be a teacher for 2 reasons. Form and content. You see, everything in life has both form and content. It has what it is and how it is. So, to give an example of this, maybe music has form and content. It has style, it has sound, that's how it is, and then it has what it's sort of saying, like the lyrics. So you might like something's form and its content, you might like neither, or you might like one or the other. So you might like how a song sounds, but you don't really like the words. Or you might like the words of the song, but you don't like how it sounds. So you might not like it at all. Maybe you don't like how it sounds or the words, or you might like both, and that's going to be the best music that you love. You love the message, and you love how it comes across. So, but if you wouldn't like either of those things, if you didn't like the words or the sound, you wouldn't like the song at all. So let's say if you don't like the way rap music sounds and you don't like what rap music is about, then you obviously just don't like rap music altogether. And you wouldn't listen to rap music just because you like music. You see, and that's what I was doing with education. I was saying that I love inspiring kids, and therefore I should be a teacher, except I don't like the form or the content of education. Let me give you another example. So let's say I'm a famous actor. Well, I don't even have to be famous, but let's just say that I am. So I'm a famous actor, and my agent comes to me, and he says, "Oh, guess what? I got this great action flick I want you to star in. It's going to be awesome for your career." But the thing is, as a general rule, I don't like action movies. I think they promote violence and glorify violence, and I'm not for that. See, so I don't like the form of action movies. But you know what? Maybe I like the content of this action movie. Maybe the message in this movie is something I can really get behind. So I asked my agent, okay, well, I don't really like action movies, but what is this movie about? And he says, it's about bomb babies. It's about taking babies and throwing them as bombs and using them to explode the bad guys. Bomb babies, bomb babies, bomb babies. And so now I'm really thinking no, because I don't think that that's a good message. I don't like the content of this movie, nor do I like its form. So I really don't think this is a movie I can get behind. And then my agent says, "Oh, but you like being in movies." No, that doesn't work. You see, the overarching theme might be movies, and that might be all well and good, but I don't like the form or the content of this movie. And you see, that's exactly what I was doing with education. Okay, so I've never liked the form of education. I've never liked the way we just tell kids they have to sit down and shut up and everyone do the same thing when we say how we say it, okay? I don't think they should all have to learn the same things and in the same ways. I think the form is just, oh, it's horrible. It's pretty much like prison. And I've always thought that, having grown up and been through the prison of our school system. However, I think it was the content thing that I thought I could justify. I thought I could make the content relevant and make it interesting and really engage the students. But the more and more I continue in my education to become a teacher, I realize that all of the content is more or less worthless. We teach these kids stupid things like how to multiply and divide fractions and what the different layers of the volcanoes are, and it's just all so irrelevant to their lives. And something that just really struck me in one of my classes is when we learned that students with learning disabilities, we spent all this time trying to really get them to, if they are really struggle with math, how to get them to do all this math, or how to get the kids that are not so good at reading and writing, how to really get them to do it. But then we learned that as a supposedly perk, that all kids, when they become adults, you can't even tell they ever had learning disabilities because they enter fields in which they don't need to use those abilities that they lack. So then why are we working so hard to teach them these things? Why are we struggling to force all these kids to know all of this irrelevant information that they're never going to use in life? Why? Why would we do that? Why would we ever do that? We are wasting everyone's time and money. All of our tax dollars are just draining away into this education system. I mean, really, what did you ever learn in middle school, junior high, high school? What did you learn? Nothing came out of that. Nothing. I mean, maybe a few little tiny morsels. But was it worth your going to school every day from morning till afternoon? No, I don't think it was. So, I mean, if I don't like the form of school and I don't like the content of school, how could I spend my days teaching? How could I spend hours planning lessons that I think the students shouldn't learn, only to teach it to them in a way that I don't think they should be forced to learn it in? It just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know what God's plan for me is in my life, and I really do hope that it continues to be working with kids and inspiring them, but I've just finally come to the realization that I can't do that in today's current school education climate, especially with the onset of the Common Core. School's not for me.